Morning, everyone. This is Tony Butler. I'm one of the life sales directors here, and joining me today is Corey Martin with Sagicor, and we're going to talk about some things that Sagicor has available and some sales ideas. Prior to that, I want to thank you for attending today's webinar. Have a couple of housekeeping items I'm going to go through fairly quickly because we've got quite a bit of content that we want to be able to cover in today's webinar. So let's get started. So first and foremost, IAMS appreciates the business that all of our agents submit, and I know you as agents, a lot of business that you do receive is through referrals. Referrals is a big part of agents' business as well as it is ours. So we like to provide a referral program to our agents. So any agents that you refer to IAMS and they get appointed with one of the carriers that we work with, we do provide a $50 referral bonus to you for referring those agents to us. Any subsequent business that they submit, we do provide you with 20 basis points bonus for that business that they submit. That doesn't take away from the commissions that they're receiving. That's just an added bonus to you for referring not only the agent, but referring an agent that is writing business. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Next, we have new producers builders, and we revamped this to where we now have 5 different levels. We have 100,000, 250,000, 500,000, 750, and $1 million level. These are for new agents, first 180 days once you get appointed. This is in actual premium that's paid. So as you see, there's some nice incentives for you to help grow your business if you are an agent that writes a considerable amount of business. If you have any specific questions regarding the new producer builders production program, please give me a call. I'd be more than happy to talk to you in great details about what's available out there for you. Next, we also provide our agents back office support. We like to tell our agents we like to help you work smarter, not harder. So our back office is probably one of the best in the business. 2 big points that I'd like to point out regarding back office. We have paperless contracting available, and I believe that's huge for agents because if you ever filled out contracting paperwork, you know that this can be time consuming and very painstaking. Once we do get an appointment request submitted, your information is on file to where you can go online and request appointments with other carriers as well without having to deal with the process of filling out a bunch of paperwork. The other thing that I like to point out is that business building tools and resources are available for you as well, which is something that I wanted to discuss. This is kind of a nice segue. Our creative marketing solutions team. Our creative marketing solution teams provide a couple of solutions for you, whether it be turnkey, agency, or digital solutions. So what that means is our creative department can help you with newsletters or postcards or handouts that you want to provide to your clients. They can also help with logo designs if you're looking to design a logo or if you're looking to redesign a logo. Business card help, brochures. Now, if you're looking to get into the digital marketing space, they can help you with personal website, digital marketing strategies, and social media consulting. So if you have any questions regarding any of this, please give us a call and request to speak to the creative team. One of those guys will be more than happy to help you and walk you through the process of getting some of this done for you to help you grow your business. Next, we do have a website. It is a 24/7 website. We have excellent sales tools available for you agents that are writing life business. We do have a quoting tool that allows you to do term quote comparisons or universal life quote comparisons. For you annuity agents, there is current annuity news available, annuity grid. If you're doing any long-term care business, we do have a long-term care product grid as well. Now that website is www.iamsinc.com. If you are registered, I strongly recommend that you go to the website, kind of take a little tour of it. If you have questions, feel free to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to walk you through the website. And if you're not registered, give me a call. I can walk you through the process of getting registered for the website. Next, we have a retirement analyzer. Now, the retirement analyzer is available for you to answer questions from your clients, such as, can I continue my present standard of living into my retirement years? When can I retire without running out of money? How would it affect my family if I were to die prematurely? The retirement analyzer that we have available, there's a 30-day free trial basis with this. After the 30 days, if you are an annuity producing agent and you're producing at least $250,000 in premium, it still is available for you free of charge, as well as if you're producing $250,000 in single premium life premium. Marcus Solar is one of our product experts on this. He is one of the annuity sales directors. He'd be more than happy to kind of walk you through this. If he's not available, please feel free to give me a call. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. We also have an IAMS wealth management team. The wealth management team is been here for about, I want to say almost 3 years. And the wealth management team actually helps you as an agent get in front of your higher net worth clients. So this is a good way to increase your revenue, improve client retention, and strengthen client relationships. If you have any questions regarding the IAMS wealth management team, please give Charles Jr. a call. Either he, Sarah, Mike, or Joan can answer any questions that you have regarding the wealth management team. So next, we have the Life and Annuity Academy. We have one that's coming up, I believe, in April, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check that. No, actually, it's May 6th through the 8th. It's a 2-day training. We're having this going to be in West Des Moines. It is paid by IAMS, so if you're familiar with our Life and Annuity Academy, we talk about different sales ideas and strategies. We talk about large case, life case marketing, business insurance concepts, wealth transfer tools. This is, again, is something that we pay for, so we pay for the agent's travel, hotel. If you're looking to grow your business and talk to other agents that have been successful in the business, talking about sales ideas and strategies, this is definitely something that you may want to attend. I am going to put up a polling question. So if you're interested in getting more information in regards to our Life and Annuity Academy, please go ahead and answer this. We'll make sure to get some additional information out to you. And I'll leave this up here for just a little bit. So we have quite a few people that are interested in attending. Okay. Let's see, just a few more seconds here as I see people are still responding. All right, we'll close that out. Next, we have a few trips that are coming up in 2020 and 2021. The first trip is the IAMS at TINE 2020 Marketing Summit. It's going to be August 26th through the 29th. The invitation period is from July 1st of 2019 through June 30th of 2020. For more information in regards to this trip, please give us a call. We also have 2 additional trips. We have Paradise on the Pacific. That is another marketing summit that's going to be in 2021, March 7th through the 11th. Qualification periods are July 1st of 2019 through December 31st of 2020. Qualification requirements are 3.5 million points. And then we have the Shores of Serenity, which is also in 2021. That's going to be March 11th through the 14th of 2021. Qualification period is the same time frame, July 1st of 2019 through December 31st of 2020. Minimum qualifications on this is 6.5 million points. If you get 8.5 million points or more, you do qualify for both trips. So if you have specific questions regarding qualifications, please give us a call. And with that, Corey, are you there?
I am with you, Tony. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to change the presenter over to you. There you go. So with that, Corey, I will go ahead and let you take over.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir. Well, Tony, thanks again. Thanks so much for the introduction. My name is Corey Martin. I'm the regional sales manager with Sagicor Life based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I want to thank you all very much for taking the time to visit with us this morning, investing in your practice and investing in your clients. You know, I've been in the industry now for 25 years, and what a great industry we're in, delivering solutions for our clients. And when it comes to single premium life insurance, the new generation of life insurance products that are available in the marketplace, I've always been a firm believer in the companies that develop these types of contracts moving forward are gonna be able to provide those solutions if they understand a couple of basic things. First of all, being that they need to understand that today's senior consumer wants to know that that dollar that they're utilizing is available for multiple resources. In other words, that dollar better multitask very, very well. And you also better be able to describe the opportunity and provide value for the agent and advisor that is oftentimes having these at the point of the spear, having these sometimes uncomfortable conversations with your clients. So I'm hoping that by the end of our time together today, that we'll be able to do a couple of things. We'll help you define the opportunity. Where is the opportunity for these types of products to be offered and sold in the marketplace? We're going to talk through some case design. What does this look like in real life for clients that you may already know and already have? Then what I'd also like to do is answer some questions that you might have, that you as an advisor might have, like, how do I get started? Why should I be having these conversations with my clients? Who do I talk to? And most importantly, where are the funds going to come from to fund these type of contracts moving forward? And I hope that we'll address all of these and include some sales ideas and some conversation starters that we hope you'll have with your clients. So with that being said, just defining the opportunity is incredibly helpful. As a lot of us know, the numbers are pretty staggering. 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every day. The underestimating of healthcare expenses is rampant. People do not know what the expenses are, what things cost, and how that can impact not only them, but generations to come. A lot of people are frankly ignoring the costs of extended care. What are those costs? What are those expenses? And again, what does that mean to me? And then certainly we all know the opportunity for us is that the average individual, the average client, the average senior just hasn't set their affairs in order properly. So with that being said, nearly 50% of the individuals, 50% of seniors, their financial concerns have to do directly with healthcare related costs. I found something very in a Wall Street Journal that I was just reading, an article that I was just reading recently, that many boomers, baby boomers, think that Medicare covers long-term care expenses. And that is a staggering statistic that so many individuals, nearly half, think that Medicare covers long-term care expenses. That is in and of itself an incredibly profitable and productive conversation to have, excuse me, to have with those seniors that have that are in those decision-making processes. But as you'll see, a lot of these individual concerns are related directly to financial concerns that often can be addressed with single premium life now. So it's compelling to know that nearly 7 out of 10 boomers haven't taken steps to that haven't taken any financial steps to address the diminished capacity of dementia. And any of you that have parents, individuals that you know that are currently battling or having to deal with or have been diagnosed with some type of dementia, which increasingly, alarmingly enough, every 67 seconds, so approximately 25 to 30 times during the time of the presentation that I'm giving you today that we're having our conversation. Every 67 seconds, someone's being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It is a scourge of our industry. It is a scourge of our business, but is a fact that we all have to deal with. So 45% of the people that have Alzheimer's are ages 75 to 84. The average need for care being almost between 5.5 and 6 years. So it's a challenge of where do we deliver and how do we deliver funds when it's needed. Again, I've experienced this in my own family. Maybe you've experienced this in yours, and these again are conversations that we've got to have moving forward. So let's talk about chronic illness. Chronic illness is certainly a problem. It's already been identified 6 out of 10. So currently in the US, today, 6 out of 10 people have some type of chronic disease. And the numbers are, quite frankly, this is just one. These are just, again, one out of these, whether it's cancer, stroke, diabetes, whatever that happens to be, somebody that you know is likely dealing with some type of chronic illness, and it's got to be addressed. And again, we feel like multiple use products, single premium life being specific, those that have developed these chronic products are going to be successful moving forward. Solving these problems is absolutely critical. So what are some conversation starters for you when you're out talking with clients, with potential caregivers even? The one I've found to be most productive is, and it's important for us to identify who's going to assist you if you in fact do need care. Who is going to be that person that you're going to turn to? And at the end of the day, what it ends up being is that you better look in the mirror. It was knowing that 55% of parents expect their children to care for them. That's a staggering statistic that I don't think that most parents have shared with those children. These are conversations I'm in fact having with my 80-year-old parents now, is what does that look like for us moving forward? It's a question that needs to be asked. It's a question that needs to be addressed, and is certainly a productive way to start a conversation. As a matter of fact, I've coached many advisors and agents that you should start a file specific to this conversation with this question at the top of that. The top of that file is who is going to be your caregiver, or who is going to assist you when that time comes. And we do know that women are in fact more likely to become a caregiver. Again, these are conversations that need to be had, statistics that need to be understood just from the fact of framing the conversation. Now, don't even get me started about the cost of care. If you've investigated the cost of care in your local area, here's a note and a tip that I would absolutely recommend. The cost of care can be wide ranging. There's a website, the American Council for Aging, If you reference the American Council for Aging, it will give you specific details in every city in America, wherever you are and wherever you happen to be. I would suggest that you educate yourself about what the cost of care looks like in your specific area. And again, that's the American Council for Aging. They provide specific updates, typically updated quarterly, that'll give you a really, really good idea and paint a very compelling story of where are these funds going to come from, Mr. and Mrs. Client. So we talk often about conversation starters about where funds are, where is the money being hidden, where is the money being held. Well, again, $19 trillion speaks volumes in where clients are keeping dollars on the sidelines. Nearly $12 trillion of this, believe it or not, is still in CDs. We have conversations often, and one of the conversations that I've again, this is 15, 20 years ago, we coached our agents and advisors on was ask this one question. And the one question was, are you happy with the rates of return on your CDs? Well, I bring this up in conversations I'm having today with agents and advisors across the country. And I had one agency, as a matter of fact, tell me, you know what, we used to use a question similar to that 10, 15 years ago, but we've gotten away from it. Well, $12 trillion speaks to where are funds coming from. CDs are money on the sidelines that are still in play. It is still a fact that people are putting money aside in a CD because, again, a lot of them know what their friends are doing. They ask what their friends are doing, and people tend to follow each other in that regard. So it's our job to understand where those dollars are and how we can potentially help access and utilize those dollars better in a multitasking scenario. So when you sit down with a potential client, we need to understand as agents and advisors, again, as we always have tried to educate ourselves on, what are the goals for those funds that you've set aside? What are the goals for each dollar that you've got? Is it income? Is it growth? Is it whatever it happens to be? We ought to know more moving forward about what those specific goals are and what the client's got in mind to do with each dollar. So if your goal is to guarantee not to lose value, we're going to suggest WealthCare because lifetime benefits are guaranteed in this contract. So it is a single premium life insurance product that is designed to deliver a lifetime guaranteed death benefit at some point in the future. So again, we're delivering value by guaranteeing no loss, but we're also, so this can be potentially used as a wealth transfer tool. What if I need access to money? What if life happens? I deposit these funds that a lot of people keep CD money because there's a degree of liquidity to it. Access to funds is important. So why WealthCare? Why use a single premium life insurance product? Well, it better have a penalty-free return of premium guarantee, which ours does. So we're hitting 1,000. We're batting 1,000 here. So access to funds being an important feature, absolutely available with WealthCare. Well, I want the potential for growth. Well, absolutely. With WealthCare, what we've done is we've added growth opportunities for strategic upside with the downside protection of an index product. So I have yield upside, but with 0% floor. Protection from health-related risk. Again, as you can see, the companies that are going to be successful with these contracts moving forward understand that those dollars are multitasking. And now with chronic illness and terminal illness available without additional cost or underwriting is, life insurance helps us create the ultimate leverage, the ultimate upside leverage, because the death benefit is what the driver of the critical chronic terminal illness is. And then how do I create a legacy? Well, again, utilizing wealth care, it is a single premium product. So it's one deposit, and I've created a guaranteed return of premium, a guaranteed death benefit, and a way to transfer assets more tax efficiently from one generation to another. So again, just understanding that Sagicor gets it. We understand that $1 can be used in multiple ways. So let's dive into a little bit of a case study here. We've got Bob and Maria, who are both age 65 and retired. They've got liquid assets of $1.3 million, but their financial needs are ensuring that that each spouse is taken care of, that we're making sure that we've identified that part of our risk moving forward is the potential chronic illness that runs in our family. But they also want to maintain asset control. They don't want to have those assets in a place where they can't have ultimate control and ultimate say of what happens. So if you look at the numerical piece of it, using wealth care, what we've done at the end of year one, if Bob dies at the end of year one by using $100,000 to deposit in a wealth care single premium IUL, $214,574 of immediate death benefit. That's at the end of year one if Bob happens to pass away. Now that growth potential at the end of year 20 is $241,533. So we've got, again, the upside potential. Utilizing those benefits based on the death benefit allows us the leverage and the upside of what we need moving forward. But also you've got some type of guaranteed death benefit, 211 and 166. But the big thing that I want to draw your attention to, I've been in the whole life industry as well, a good part of my life, and it's important to look on the left side of that ledger, that created illustration. You better see some value there. So what we've created is the guarantees that, you know what, if I terminate this contract at day one or year 20, I get my money back. I've got the safety, I've got I've got that comfort of knowing that, you know what, if life happens, I can always get my money back. It can come back to me. So the same with Maria. Maria's got the same 100,000 we're utilizing as a growth instrument. We're using to show the guarantees. We've got value. We've got upside potential. We've got guarantees that we can lay in front of Maria, and she'll rest assured knowing that her dollars are being utilized for multiple purposes. Upside, guarantees, money back from day one if that ends up being an option that I need to take advantage of. But even better, if I need to utilize these funds for some type of chronic illness, some type of chronic care that I may have to deal with at some point in my life, all you've got to do is show evidence of 2 of 6 ADLs that I'm unable to perform without assistance. And the claim form with Sagicor is probably one of the best claim forms that you'll see. It's literally a 2-page form that is check the box, doctor verifies, client signs, send it to Sagicor. We start the benefit process. And in this particular instance, with wealth care single premium, we've created a current income stream of $4,930 if Maria shows shows those unable to perform 2 of 6 ADLs during her lifetime. So the potential for $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year for 48 months is available to Maria should she become unable to perform 2 of 6 ADLs at some point in her lifetime. So again, we're developing a product here where we can provide immediate death benefit, we can provide long-term death benefit, we can provide the guarantees of return of premium, we can also provide the monthly income benefits, and the monthly income benefits go all the way up to the maximum benefit that you can utilize using wealth care is $500,000. So if the death benefit is in excess of $500,000, we keep $25,000 as the ultimate death benefit to the client. So anything, if you've got a death benefit of $1 million, let's say, up to $500,000 can be utilized. We divide that by 48 months, and that is your benefit that you're paid, that the client's paid over that 48-month period. So there's no there's no recurring event. It's not something that I have to continually requalify for. This is an indemnity life insurance policy. So the benefits that we're paying out here are an indemnity. They're not reimbursement. If anyone has experience with reimbursement long-term care policies, what a headache to have a caregiver put away receipts, provide those to the carrier to get paid back and reimbursed for those benefits. That is not something that any of us would want to have a conversation about. Trust me. So what have we done in the way of providing upside potential? So we know about the guarantees now. We know about some of the solutions that we've helped provide, but what have we done as far as growth opportunities? Well, you can choose a 2.5% declared rate bonus strategy if your client prefers to know what their yield's going to be. If they want to dive into an S&P index, we've got an 8% cap. 65% global multi-index par. For any of you that are not familiar with our global multi-index, our global multi-index is made up of 3 of the largest global economies. So 50% of that index is tied to the S&P 500, 30% is tied to the Euro stock, and 20% is tied to the Hang Seng. So you know what your index or your indice is tied to, utilizing a 65% global strategy par. That's a very popular index for our company, both for life insurance and annuities. What's a very unique feature of this particular contract is you've got the opportunity to expose your client to a higher yield and higher growth opportunities for a 1% account value charge. You can buy a 12% S&P cap or up to 80% on the global multi-index strategy for a par. So you've got the ultimate upside opportunity, and believe it or not, I'm thrilled to report that many of the indices that we've chosen, that our clients have chosen, that are currently buying wealth care, are utilizing the high cap strategy. So many of the applications that are coming in, that's a niche that we've hit very well. So again, 0% floor, guarantees that make sense for today's consumer. But you know what? The higher growth potential that we as advisors can share with our clients is a huge positive upside. So this, again, just defines a little bit of what the growth potential is tied to. If you're not familiar with these 2 indices, you can certainly reach out to me directly. Tony, any of the team at IAMS, we're happy to define some of these opportunities for you. And the beauty of doing business with Sagicor, there's not a lot of explanation that needs to go into a lot of what we do. We believe in the fewest moving parts possible. Simplicity still sells. Simplicity still sells. And as I had mentioned previously, I put this up on the screen because a lot of long-term care solutions are reimbursement LTC. if you deal with, if you've had to deal with, or potentially we're looking at LTC solutions for your clients, WealthCare is a great option to look at. If you look on the left-hand side here, no health insurance license required, which is huge. LTC license or LTC continuing education to sell WealthCare. Well, if you're positioning some of the reimbursement long-term care, there's a number of hurdles in various states that are state specific, but certainly can be a barrier to entry for a lot of today's agents and advisors. So you won't have and don't have that challenge with WealthCare. And again, we've talked about needing one solution that meets multiple needs. If you can define an opportunity with one product that fills many solutions across the board, why wouldn't that be a solution that you'd want to provide? You know, we have a preferred class, and this is a little bit of marketing from your friends at Sagicor, but our preferred class is actually preferred through table 4, and his issue age is 18 to 85. So we understand today's senior consumer and have positioned this as a sales tool for you up to age 85. You can talk to your clients with confidence about guaranteed return of premium from the very first day. Lifetime guaranteed death benefit with upside potential, with a no lapse benefit and no indebtedness. So you can talk to your clients with confidence that this is a product that meets multiple needs, multiple solutions, and again is done in the spirit of understanding what today's senior consumer needs. And the best part about it is the accelerated benefit riders, the chronic illness, the terminal conditions, there's no separate underwriting, no specific underwriting for those issues. Accelerated benefit is the lesser of $500,000. Again, we leave 25 in arrears just to make sure that some benefit is paid out at some point in time, that it becomes that death benefit trigger. But up to $500,000 is available for LTC. The simple inability to perform 2 of 6 ADLs is the chronic trigger, so it's in line with many of today's contracts. There's also a terminal trigger, 12 months or less, and that's also a benefit that's paid from this particular contract as well. So again, one solution serving multiple needs for today's consumer. So any of you that have done business previously with Sagicor Life, you understand that we are a company that has developed a process called accelerating. And accelerating for us is a non-medical, non-TIR process that's very non-threatening for your clients. And you know, we are believers in a non-telephone interview environment. So putting your client in a situation where they're on the telephone answering questions is in my experience not a profitable endeavor. It's caused a number of cases to go sideways, and we won't put you or your client in that situation. As a matter of fact, the e-application is the way that we conduct our business. So it's an easy iPipeline, simple process of taking care of the e-application online. Preferred underwriting net, again, preferred to table 4, ages up to 49, $500,000 net amount at risk is simplified. Ages 50 to 65, you can see right here the net amount at risk. So you take your deposit of 200,000 or 300,000, whatever the net amount at risk, or the difference between your deposit and the death benefit that's created in our software, is going to be the trigger for what's required from an underwriting perspective. Simple, fast, and easy. And any of you that have done business with Sagicor, know about our accelerating process and how simple it is and can be. And again, it's a very fast and easy claims process. If you've ever experienced having to fill a claim form for any type of chronic illness or chronic care, it can be daunting. It can be extremely daunting if you're not using a company and a process like Sagicor. So you've got the fact of knowing that, you know what, this is a simple, not only a simple underwriting process, but when your client gets to the claim process as well, very simple, very non-threatening. Reimbursement care, if any of you have dealt with any type of reimbursement care, it's the last thing that you or your clients want to be dealing with when it comes to worrying about care and claims for senior parents or clients. So really, just real quickly, I want to talk through what if your client's uninsurable. I have these conversations with my client and come to find out that at the end of the day, the client is through the underwriting process. We found out that they're uninsurable or whatever the case might be. We do have products that you can pivot to. So as we coach you through these conversations with your clients, potential prospects, or children of insureds, we do have solutions in our Sage Select bonus annuity where you've got return of premium guarantees, you've got upside potential. We do have options outside of because we get this question a lot, what happens if my client for some reason is uninsurable? Well, we do have options for you. We do have conversations for you. We can be that resource, we can be that asset that will help you grow this side of your business. And again, the conversation is very similar. We have our S&P 500 index. We've got a cap strategy. We've got a par strategy with our global multi-index on the annuity side as well. So again, we can help you have profitable and productive conversations that will make sense to your senior clients. Our Sage Select FIA is a very formidable competitor in the marketplace when it comes to solutions that you can pivot to if you're dealing with clients that for whatever reason are not insurable or uninsurable. So we do offer solutions, and we're proud of what we've done. So how do I identify prospects? This is really where, when it comes to and at the end of the day, this is where Sagicor really shines. We work with our agents, we work with our advisors on opportunities to move money more efficiently from one generation to another. If you've got clients with cash on the sidelines, or that have one source now are older life insurance policies that maybe don't serve the purpose that they once did. Some of a lot of these riders, a lot of these benefits, a lot of the things that we've done with some of these new contracts provide value that older life insurance policies didn't provide. So maybe there's an opportunity to look at some of those older cash value life insurance policies that aren't serving that purpose any longer. Couples that want to protect each other's retirements, couples with significant age differences, who are am I going to get myself in a situation where if I'm dealing with a 70-year-old client with a 40-year-old bride, for example, what are those age differences? What does that mean for me? Single and divorced clients, who are prospects? We can help you identify who these people are, where that money is, and how we potentially can utilize some of those assets more differently than we are currently or have been. So starting a conversation about these products is, you know what, goes back to a lot of the questions that we asked early on. You know, if who are the caregivers? Who are the people that we need to be talking with? If they have children, are those children going to be paying for these for these particular benefits? What does that look like? Do they know anyone that's needed care? You know, those are all compelling. These are compelling reasons why you should be having these conversations now, because again, this is not something we want to find out about after the fact. Having these proactive conversations, many seniors, as has been my experience, want to have control, want to feel like they're in control. It's time for us to step up and start having these conversations. So as we review just briefly what these contracts, what these single premium products can bring to the marketplace, multiple client needs can be serviced with one product. You've got legacy, you've got a death benefit guarantee, you've got liquidity, you've got living benefits that can be utilized for the next generation of life insurance products. Simple application and claim process, absolutely industry leading when it comes to claims process specifically, but having a simplified application where we're not going to chase the client down for a telephone interview. We're not going to chase the client down for extreme underwriting requirements. None of those things are going to be required. And for you as an agent and advisor, no health insurance or LTC licenses are required, because this is not long-term care insurance. This is the next generation of life insurance products that's delivered with an LTC benefit attached to it. The opportunity for where the money is, $19 trillion of cash assets that are on the sidelines. Clients are looking to have these types of conversation with today's today's advisors. They want retirement security, they want flexibility, they want to have these conversations, and they don't know where to turn. And that's where all of us come in. We've got to continue to provide these solutions and have these conversations with our clients and prospects. So I want to thank you for your time this morning. Hopefully we've defined a little bit of the opportunity and what we've tried to do moving forward, developing these single premium products that are going to be multitasking type of life insurance contracts moving forward. So I know you may have additional questions, you may have additional cases that you'd like to talk through. Here's my contact information, but certainly your IAMS team is available for you anytime that you need it. But we look forward to helping you define this opportunity better moving forward, and helping your clients with solutions. So again, thanks for your time, and thanks for everything that you do for your clients and our industry. We appreciate it.
All right, Corey, I'm going to switch this. Well, I'm going to leave this up for a little bit so they can still see this. I do have a couple of questions here already. First one they're asking is, do Medicaid spend down provisions require that you tap the policy funds for health care, or can you not tap it for health care and continue for tax-free wealth transfer?
Tony, I'm sorry, you broke up on me a little bit there. Ask me the question again, sir.
Okay, can you hear me okay now?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. All right, so I have a question. It says, do Medicaid spend down provisions require that you tap policy funds for health care, or can you not tap it for health care and continue it for tax-free wealth transfer?
Tony, I'm making a note here of this question. I'll get back to you with an answer on that. I don't have an answer specifically for the Medicaid spend down, so I will find that out for you.
Okay.
Great question. Thank you.
I'll make sure that I get it out to the person that asked it.
Will do.
All right, next question is, can the benefits be used for home health care?
Certainly. Yeah, if you, with the 2 of 6 ADLs, right, with the inability to provide 2 of 6 ADLs, it's not it's absolutely those benefits are available with the, when you're able to show 2 of 6 ADLs are unable to be performed. Yes.
Okay, now that is by a qualified person, correct? Qualified health
Correct.
person? Okay,
Correct.
all right. Then I have a commission
As
question.
I mentioned before, the claim form is very simple, is able to be filled out by any advisor. It's a simple two-page claim form.
Okay, there's a commission question that I'll address here offline. And then, so for quoting purposes, illustration purposes, they're asking age of last birthday, which current age, or do you do age nearest?
Age last birthday.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right,
Another benefit of some of these contracts, you bet.
gotcha. And then is wealth care available in California?
Wealth care is available in California.
Okay, let me see here. All right, I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna let you answer this. What is the main difference between the wealth care and the single premium life product, previous product?
Well, the biggest difference is the chassis. It was previously it was a whole life chassis. This is an indexed UL chassis. But what we've done is we've added the guardrails of the guarantees. So you've got guaranteed return of premium. You've got all of the bells and whistles of the upside potential and the indexing strategies that we've included in this contract, but you've got the downside protection that's guaranteed in the contract. So it allows us more flexibility of design and flexibility of benefit with the increasing limits that we've provided, up to $500,000 of funds available for these long-term care benefits. So the chassis is the primary driver of the difference between our previous product and the new generation, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And got a couple.
That's the biggest driver, is it's given us the flexibility to provide more benefits and more potential upside with the guarantees of the guardrails in place of the return of premium.
Okay, a couple of more, and I think we'll finish up here. Does Sagicor offer any other international benefits?
The benefits described in the contract.
Okay.
I can certainly make sure you get an updated copy of those to provide to any of your agents and advisors. You bet.
Okay. Okay. So looks like that's all the questions. There was a couple of questions regarding commissions, which, as I said before, I'll address those specifically to those agents that had asked about that. So I will follow up with those of you that have, are on the webinar to see if there's any other additional questions or concerns that you have. If you do have additional questions post the webinar, please feel free to give me a call. Callback number here is 800-255-5055. And again, my name is Tony Butler. I'm one of the life sales directors here. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Corey, I want to thank you for co-hosting this webinar with us today. Definitely some valuable information. Definitely a product that I think that agents could add to their portfolio. Lastly, just a couple of quick polling questions. If you'd like to get more information regarding Sagicor, I do have a polling question here. If you want to go ahead and answer that, I'll get additional information out to you. Let me just open longer to let people finish answering. Okay, Looks like we've got that. And lastly, if you're not appointed with Sagicor and you're looking to get appointed with Sagicor, I'm launching a polling question here for that. And for those of you that are interested in getting appointed, I'll make sure to get that appointment request out to you. Okay, we'll go ahead and close that down. Well, Corey, thanks again. And for
My
everybody
pleasure,
that,
Tom.
thank you. You guys have an outstanding Monday and a great week. And we'll see you next Monday. Thanks. Bye.
Enjoy the day.